probably what's going to be the weirdest part of 2020 after tomorrow. I was thinking this weekend about how incredibly lucky I am. I think most of us have been really lucky. And I think about these calls every day, Rick and Steve and Dan. And I think you guys have done an amazing job of keeping your herd heading in the right direction. I think Paul and Karen have done the same at Westport Mortgage. And it's been such a weird year, but I think that we're all so lucky. And really, that's all I wanted to say was just, it's been strange, but wonderful. And well, maybe not wonderful, but wondrous. How about wondrous? And it's going to get weirder tomorrow, but we're all going to be here. We're going to keep selling real estate and doing mortgages to help you do it. So it's my thought for the day.
Love it. Thank you so much, Bill. And you know what? You're right. It has been weird and it has been wonderful, right? It's kind of been a little bit of both, right? If we all would have thought 8 months ago that we'd be here today, having done and accomplished what we've done and accomplished in the last 8 months, I would have been the first person to raise my hand and say, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. We may never sell another house ever again, right? That's what it felt like 8 months ago. And then all of a sudden the world just conspires to make up for the weirdness with some wonderful. So thank you so much for bringing that to us this morning. A couple of quick announcements before we get into our main content for today. Announcement number one, we do now have your business planning clinic scheduled. So just jot this down. An email will be going out a little bit later, but I wanted to be the first to tell you that the business planning clinic is going to be held on 2 different days. You have 2 options. The first is Tuesday, November the 10th at 11 o'clock. The second is Thursday, November the 12th at 1 o'clock. That will be a 2-hour business planning clinic. We're going to shorten that sucker down. We're going to walk you through building that business plan for 2021. We're going to run through some benchmarking conversations around what it is you're looking to make sure that you adapt and systematize for the success you're looking for in 2021. And we're also going to do some breakout rooms so that you guys can talk with each other a bit and then come back and report back in. The only add-on to that is if you run or are a part of a team, I encourage you to plug into Tuesday, the 10th at 11 o'clock, because at 1 o'clock, I'm going to ask you guys to just hang for an hour because there are some specifics for teams that I want to make sure we go over. So for you guys, it'll be an extra hour on Tuesday after everybody else finishes up at 1 o'clock. It's not because you're bad children and get to stay after class. It's because you have massive opportunities and we just need a little bit more time to go through what those opportunities look like so that you're prepped and ready for 2021. So watch for information and registration for that. You will need to register using the link that goes out, so make sure that you are watching for that over the course of the next 48 hours. I've been asked a lot of questions lately about PPP. PPP, I am filing my first couple of PPP forgiveness applications in the next 48 hours. And so I will be ready in the next week or so to schedule something with you guys. So if anyone who has received a PPP loan and is wondering about what the application process is for forgiveness, I'm almost through my own. I wanted to get through my own so that I could come and help you guys get through yours. So give me the next couple of days and then I will be scheduling something likely for mid-November to walk you through your PPP forgiveness applications. They are likely easier than we first thought, and yet still complicated because it is government. So watch for that. My last quick announcement, I just wanted to come to you from a business building and a business awareness perspective this morning, and just make sure that everyone was aware. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Everyone was aware that the numbers in the state of Connecticut, our numbers where we kind of nailed it over the summer. We just kind of flatlined this thing over the summer. Our numbers in the last month or so are not going in the right direction. And so I don't show this to you to be a downer, and I don't show this to you for any other purpose except that as business owners, you need to be aware of what's going on outside of your house, right? You need to be aware because for all intents and purposes, you guys are the ones right now who are out there with buyers. You're out there with sellers. And many of you are out there in person with all these folks. And so I just want to make sure that we're remembering, based on this simple fact, we're remembering all of the protocols that we developed and put in place back in March and April and May and lived with. Those protocols still are important. I want you to make sure that you're watching how you're running your business. I want to make sure that you're staying safe. I want to make sure that you're counseling your buyers and sellers around the protocols that we have in place to make sure everyone stays safe, right? To make sure that the winter doesn't look worse than what those numbers are actually showing us. So just as business owners know where we stand, after really killing it all summer, the state itself has slipped some. So make sure that you're doing everything you can to climb back on top of that and make sure that we're doing all we can. Remember, you're independent contractors, which means for most of you, you are your own businesses, which means if you get sick, you don't work, right? And so that's the main gist of me explaining those numbers to you this morning, is that I want to make sure that you're protecting your livelihood at all costs and protecting as much as we possibly can the clients that choose to do business with us. All righty. So those are the quick announcements. Here's our main content for the day. We've got a whole bunch of things going on that we wanted to make sure that you were aware of, kind of bring you up to speed, right? The leadership team of your market centers have been working nonstop for the last number of months to continue to evolve. Bill mentioned that tomorrow is election day. Do remember that in this country, it is both a right and a responsibility to vote. I know when you live in New York and or in Connecticut, it's easy to think that your vote doesn't matter because the states typically go a certain way. I'm going to tell you what, every single vote matters, right? Your voice is your voice. I was driving to work this morning and I heard some radio. I heard someone on the radio say, remember, if you don't vote, you don't get to bitch. And I thought that was a really good message, right? It doesn't matter if you want to see the people who are there stay there, or if you want to see the other people come in and replace those people. It doesn't matter, right? What matters is that you have a voice and you have a vote that is your voice to make sure that that you are heard as to how you expect the direction of our country to go. So please do make sure that you exercise that right and responsibility. If you haven't done so already, do that tomorrow. Stay safe and do that tomorrow. So regarding a vote and regarding a voice and regarding you having an opportunity to develop the future of not just your country, but of this business, I wanted to bring to your attention that we get at a really high level that you get to vote almost every single day where you choose to run your business. You vote with your feet, right? Because if you're not happy with where you run your business, well, you get to vote with your feet and go and bring your business someplace else. And so first and foremost, I want to start by saying we are so honored and privileged that you choose to create and develop and grow your business here with us. That is an honor and a privilege that we all share. And so the fact that you use your vote to stay here and continue to grow a business is important enough to us that we want to make sure that what you're staying around for makes sense to you and is worthwhile. The last thing we want to do is take that relationship and take that opportunity for granted. And so what we've continued to do, Gary Keller said to us a few months ago, he said, guys, it's interesting when you're number one, right? When you climb the ladder and you get to be number one on the planet, the there's only one place to go from there, right? And what he said to us is, I encourage you to go back to your organizations locally and build the company, design the company that would put you out of business. Go back and figure out what that looks like. If somebody came in that didn't exist right now and looked like X, Y, and Z, what would that company have to look like to put your company out of business? And then go and build that company so that the partners that you've created inside of your organization get to live in that company. And so we came back here and we took that challenge really very seriously. We are looking at just about everything there is to look at to make sure that this organization is designed in such a way that every single one of you has an opportunity, that every single one of you can choose how you run your business, that every single one of you has an opportunity to have this be not just about listing and selling real estate, if that's what you choose. Now, what does that mean, right, Rick? You're pontificating. It's all wonderful, but how about you get to the point? So here's what that means. We're here to say to you today that we are literally taking the car apart and figuring out how to put it back together with different functionality. Every piece of our organization is being examined. What that looks like is models for how you get paid, models for leverage services, models, different coaching models, not just for brand new licensees, but for all licensees, different versions of what that looks like. Do we have models that provide leads for our agents, and what does that look like? Do you have options to pick how you get paid? What does that look like? Are there options for you to become a Market Center investor at some point? Is there a Market Center equity or stock program, right, if you will, right? All of these different opportunities that don't really exist anywhere else yet either. We're looking to build this so that you have those opportunities. Now, a lot of what I just mentioned, we are hot and heavy in getting the release to you. That is not what this morning is about. But we wanted to at least start to give you an idea of some of those really big items that we've been talking about. Your ALCs were told about this a couple of weeks ago as we started to plug into some of their knowledge to help us nail down exactly what some of these these disruptive models look like. And so over the course of the next couple of weeks and months, we're going to be rolling out. So watch for the emails that say, guys, be on this 9 a.m. call, because that's how we're going to get this information out to you. So watch as we continue to do that. To start that off, we wanted to have at least some of those ideas that have been going around in our head start to hit the ground and take shape. So this morning, we have really 3 opportunities to bring your way that are going to begin within the next 4 weeks or so. Number 1, a lot of you have asked for this. We're excited to announce to you that beginning latest December 1st, it may be a bit earlier, but latest December 1st, we are rolling to direct deposit so that you do not have to come into the office to pick up your check. You don't have to worry about it getting lost in the mail. And so maybe that seems like a small thing, and yet I think for a lot of you, it's kind of a big thing. So recognize that we hear you. When you speak, we hear you. Sometimes it takes us a while to get all of the dots lined up, but we will move to direct deposit by December the 1st. We're doing all the background work. Watch for information gathering from your MCAs. You will need to provide data for us, obviously, to get that into your bank account. But that is number 1. Number 2, we've been talking about this for a while, and we're excited to announce to you that we are taking the next steps in a KW real estate investment group, right? And what that means is if you are interested in investing in real estate and you don't have the money, or the time or the desire to do it on your own, we're looking to pool our resources here, right? There's 221 of us on this call this morning, and how many of you have $5,000 or $10,000 that if we put all of that into one big pool, we could go and buy a property or 2 or 3 or 6, right? And so we are now putting the details of that together to be able to launch that, again, looking at December 1st for a launch date on that. We're going to bring to you what that looks like on November the 9th. So 1 week from today, we're going to have a meeting for anyone who is interested to kind of just put some skin on the bones there so that you understand what that opportunity looks like and what the responsibility is, what the requirements and eligibility look like for that opportunity, so that we can get going as quickly as possible, right? Steve and I continue to buy properties on our own, and we're out there. We were out there this past weekend. There are really good properties with good returns that we're missing out on, and so we just don't want to wait on this any longer and give you opportunity that is beyond just listing and selling real estate. So watch for that. The third one, we're really excited about this one. We are moving in the direction of an insurance joint venture. And what that means is we are getting into business with some market center owners in the Pennsylvania region who have kind of taken the idea of partnership to a whole new level, which really excited us. And what that means is we're going to be bringing to you an opportunity for you to have your clients plug into an insurance company that comes back and pays you back for using it. And what that means is you have an opportunity after a certain period of time and referrals into this insurance opportunity. You have the opportunity then to go and buy some shares in this insurance joint venture company that then pay you back. I think it's quarterly. We're going to get some more information when I give you the data on this one. Pay you back quarterly for as long as you own the shares. Right now, just to give you an example of what this looks like, the low tier level, I think of 3 shares after you've referred, I think it's 8 buyers into the insurance company. You have an opportunity then at the next buy-in point to purchase 3 shares. 3 shares is probably around $1,000, and the based on the last 3 years of returns, they're projecting out a return of about $60,000 on that $1,000 investment over 10 years, right? That's like a no-brainer, guys, right? If someone said, give me $1,000 and I'll give you 60 back over the course of 10 years, that's take your $1,000 and turn it into $6,000 every single year over the next 10. Simple, right? And if you are a larger buy-side agent, you have opportunities that expand past just that first level of buy-in. There's 2 additional levels on top of that where you can purchase more shares, which just increases your opportunity. So it's helping all of us recognize that listing and selling real estate is what we do for a living. However, when we do it all together, we have other massive opportunities that can come our way that, if you choose to plug into them, give you more access to multiple streams of income, more access. We already have profit share. We're adding real estate investment to this. We're adding insurance investment to this. Just to be completely transparent, if this insurance thing goes well, these same guys run a title opportunity. And so we're looking to see if we can't get each of you inserted into that title opportunity as well, because there's even more money to be made there, right? And so it's taking each and every one of us, pushing us all together and seeing what we can accomplish as a whole, as a family, because of our size. Here's the thing. There's nobody who
waiting on us. That's the info I have.
There's nobody who wouldn't want to be in business with these guys in Pennsylvania. The reason they chose us is because of you, right? It's because of what you have proven you can do in the last 12 months. We brought that to them and said, here's what we've been able to accomplish. And they said, wow, okay, well, you've proven that you do enough and understand trajectory and momentum and growth such that we can now plug you into this for more opportunity. So those are the three big announcements for the day: direct deposit, real estate investment group, and insurance opportunity, all of which are coming. Oh, the insurance opportunity, we are having a meeting with some of the Pennsylvania folks. It's currently scheduled for November the 16th. So today is the 2nd, next week is the 9th. So that's going to be our real estate investment conversation. And then the following Monday will be our insurance conversation. Now, again, not everybody is going to decide to dive into each of these, but we want to continue to bring your way opportunities that you can choose to plug into if you desire, while we work on some of the really big stuff, just to make sure that you understand how important you are to us. We want to make sure you understand how important staying in business together actually is, because we are safer and more powerful in numbers like this. And we're going to continue to prove that over and over and over and over and over again. So I am so massively excited for what's about to happen. You know, I'll say it again, when Gary said to us, go and design a company that would put yours out of business and then go be that company, that is the path that we're headed down. That's what we're doing, right? And so if you have ideas around what that looks like, get that to your ALC members, get that to your team leaders, get that to me, because we are building from the ground up to be able to come back to you and say, what if we had these kinds of options for you to run your real estate business? And you got to choose one of those, including the option, guys, of not changing much at all, but being able to run the business that you have run in our organization relatively unchanged with more value because we offer more services. I think that's what I have for you this morning. I took 26 minutes instead of 22. I apologize for that. And I'm not going to ask if there are questions this morning, simply because that could add another 30 minutes to our conversation. Instead, what I want to do is wish you an awesome day today. Think about what we just talked about. If you do have questions, again, get them to me, get them to your team leaders. We'll be happy to answer anything that you might have. And do watch for what's happening in the next couple of weeks, because these three announcements are just the tip of the iceberg. As we continue to get things ready to push out to you, we will pop back on here and bring that information to you and announce. Guys, as always, it is my pleasure to spend time with you. Thank you so much for all of you who chose to tune in this morning. We wish you an awesome day today. Tune back in tomorrow after you vote, and we'll continue passing along awesome information. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Jen Davis.